Are you working with one of those money-grubbing commission hounds? How do you know if your agent is really doing the right thing for you? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down, are agents really just after commissions, or are they out in the business of serving people in their community? How do you know if you have the right type of agent? And we're going to break down 3 criteria that will help give you a guide to determine if who you're working with is legit. Okay, number 1 by far is you want to look at this agent overall, okay? You want to take a look at who this person is. You want to hear about how they talk. Are they somebody who's completely focused on themselves, or do you think that they really have a heart for serving other people? What's beautiful about the life insurance industry is when done properly, we're supposed to be the guardians of our communities, right? We're supposed to make sure that there's no more GoFundMe pages, no more funeral car washes, that families, if they lose a job or somebody's down, that there's something that's going to pick up the benefits and the income and make sure that the family's going to be okay. That's what we're really supposed to do. You flip that to retirement. You look at people who've worked their whole life. Maybe they've even been cheated a couple of times. Maybe they've had some events that have happened that have led them to some unfortunate circumstances. And we're supposed to help give them legacy, peace of mind, dignity, confidence, security in retirement, right? So at its core, being an agent can be a really good thing for the community. Now, again, we get commissions for what we do, and that can create conflicts of interest. And in fact, it is a conflict of interest, right? If we are offering something to you that we get paid on, we need to disclose, hey, we get compensated for this, and here's the reason why we came to our decision. At Nations First Financial, it's very simple. We try to look for great rated companies that are going to provide the most for our clients. That's how we measure good products, okay? Is it going to be a company that we want to be with, and is it going to be a product that is going to put the client in the best position possible? Did I do everything I could to find the best version of this for them? That's why I love being independent, right? I'm not locked into a series of products that can only sell you this offering. We can work with a lot of different insurance companies and companies in general just to bring things to you that you need. And we only focus with insurance companies, but it's definitely something that I pride myself in, is trying my best to find the most optimal solution. And so here's how you're going to find out if someone's really in it for you or in it for them. Number 1 is you want to look at, are they pushy? What was the process like in dealing with them? Did they get you into their office and show you a product right away and try to pitch you on something? Are they trying to close you? Do you feel like you're being sold? If you feel like you're being sold, pay attention to that intuition. That's going to be your gut telling you that something's not feeling great about this, right? Now, the way you're sold, right? Are they asking for a firm commitment? Are they pressing you? Do you feel like they really took the time to get to know you before they'd ever recommend a product? See, what's really important in my process is I take a minimum of 3 meetings with somebody before I'm even comfortable getting to a point where I would suggest some type of product or solution, right? There's a lot of steps in each process of the meeting to really get to know someone. Is your agent a note taker? Are they listening to what you're saying? Or are you just talking, they're not writing anything down or keeping any record, and then they're trying to meet with you again? How are they if they have more than 20 meetings a week, how are they possibly going to remember everything that you said that was important to you, right? I am an avid note taker. I have notes upon notes upon notes upon notes. I write down everything that my clients say. It's very important to me, right? Now, again, I'm not trying to say that I'm one of the good guys and there's always bad guys out here, or good women or bad women. What I'm saying is that, you want to be cognizant of who you're around. Does it feel like a pitch? If you feel like you're being pitched, then you're probably being pitched. And again, if they're just painting it from a rosy perspective, telling you all the good and none of the bad and making it sound like the greatest deal that's ever happened since sliced bread, again, that's a sales pitch, okay? Not everything is all good and all bad. Everything comes with, different choices, and there's things that will offset each other, right? There's pros and cons to each thing that you're going to do. And so if somebody's just painting it all good and pressuring you and rushing you and just focused on the sale and getting that done, you're going to need to pay attention to that, and you're going to want to excuse yourself and take time to think about that one. Step number 2, and this is a big one. Are they very opinionated? Do they speak in facts or do they speak in opinions? For example, if you're sitting with an agent and they go, oh, you know what, interest rates have been high for a while, they're definitely coming down this year. Well, how could they possibly know that? Nobody knows when interest rates are going to come down. So if they tell you they know something that nobody could possibly know, like they say the market's going to crash next year, how do they know that? They don't know that. So again, if they're saying things like that to you, then you want to watch out. If they're trying to kind of push you in a direction with fear or some type of manipulation, if they are, just giving you a bunch of their own opinions and things that they feel, that's going to be something you really want to pay attention to, right? Because again, if that's how they're approaching you in their process of serving you, their version of this industry is probably skewed, and how they look at products and solutions is probably skewed. because you don't want to try to lead with opinion. If you don't know with certainty, then don't say it. And if you can't say it in a way that's not truthful, then you shouldn't say it. Now, there's people that are out there lying and just straight up saying whatever they want. Those people are hard to spot. They can be very convincing, but I would reference you back to my point number one. If they're being too pushy or making things sound too good, that could be bad. Now, what you really want to be cautious of too is you need to also keep an open mind in this process, because some people are often blown away by the benefits of annuities. They go, is that possible, or is that legal, or is that even, something that's too good to be true? Annuities do come with bonuses. They do come with really unique features that you haven't probably seen in a lot of financial vehicles if you're seeing them for the first time. So you do have to keep some type of open mind, but you really want to be careful to try to spot who's lying to you. A great way to determine that would be run it past another agent. If you get something from an agent and you go, that just doesn't sound right, run it past another agent. They'll tell you if they're lying or not, because they'll, want to work with you. So, and they should just want to tell you anyway, right? That's the whole purpose of my YouTube channel. Is I saw all this stuff going on YouTube and I'm like, whoa, time out. You don't want to get pulled into anybody's camp, okay? Don't get sucked into someone's marketing message. Listen to what these products are. They're good enough on their own. They don't need to be hyped up or lied about. And if you just try to find out who's telling you the truth, and if you can get with someone that's honest, that makes all the difference in the world. So you really want to be careful of that. And the way you're going to spot that is pay attention to how they're speaking to you, right? If they're overly opinionated or they're overly concerned about one thing and letting their fear bleed in your conversation, you want to be mindful of that. And number three is you want to look at their ego, okay? Is this man or woman completely obsessed about them, the trips they take, the car they drive, the watch they wear, the clothes they wear, their cleanness of their office, their fanciness of their office? Are they surrounding themselves by all their accolades and trophies and awards, right? This is something you want to be paying attention to, right? Like, if they're really kind of showing off or they're braggadocious, they may be a little bit more consumed with the wealth they're building in this industry than you, right? And I think that's important. I'm not saying that those people are all bad. Some people have insecurities and they like to feel important, and it reminds them of what they do. And so I get it. There's ways you can use the awards we win in this industry as something positive. But again, there's a fine line, right? You want to look at what's a healthy way that somebody's creating motivation to encourage themselves to be the best version of themselves, and what's one way that they're kind of egocentric, right? If they're talking about themselves incessantly, that's probably somebody who's a little bit egocentric. You'll get a vibe from people. You really want to pay attention to how you feel when you're around someone. You want to pay attention to their energy, right? And really what they're doing with their time and what they're saying with their words. And if they're totally focused and self-absorbed on them, that would be a relationship that'd be tough, right? These are relationships that we're forming. And when you write a product as an insurance agent, you're also committing to servicing that product for life. And what's important about that is there's a relationship that needs to occur between those two people. And if the relationship is not that great because of ego, that's something you want to pay attention to and probably move away from pretty quickly. So if you like this video a lot and you want more information on this, I did this video with Life 180's Chris Kirkpatrick where I broke down what it takes to be a really successful agent. I think you might enjoy that video next.